Hi there, and welcome to this week's episode of the Accepted Authority podcast. My name's Greg Roworth, and I'm your host each week on this the Accepted Authority podcast. And on this podcast, we talk about the challenges of growing your consultancy practice, and often that results in how do we find more and better clients, and how do we grow our client base so that we can grow our practice beyond the plateau that so many consultancy firms hit and stay stuck at over a number of years. So in today's podcast, my topic for today is brand awareness versus buyer awareness. Now, there's a lot said about branding for your consultancy practice so that buyers can be made aware that you exist when they need you. Most of what I see in consultancy firms marketing is what you would call branding, in the ability or the aim to create top of mind awareness so that when your potential clients have a need, they will come to you. And surely that's a good thing. There's definitely a desire for us to attract the potential clients that have a need for our services. And typically, that's what our marketing is trying to achieve. Brand awareness is great when your clients actually do have a need for what you do. We hope that all the brand awareness activities we've engaged in will bring those clients to us. So the brand awareness activities typically will be on your website. And what I see from most consultants' websites is that you talk about who you are and what you do. You try to educate your potential clients that you have some services that are relevant to them. And typically on most of the websites I see from consulting firms, there's a list of all of the types of services that you might provide. There's a range of different activities and potentially some case studies about what clients say about the services that you provide and how great the experience has been working with you. Now, all those things are good. We all hope that the brand awareness activities we've engaged in will bring more clients to us. We want more sales, and we want sales to be easy when our clients see what we do and they have a need for what we have to offer. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever lost a sale you should have won? All the brand awareness that brought them to us in that case didn't actually get us the sale. Now, often at these sort of times, that potential client who should have gone with you has actually gone with one of your competitors. What they've done, in your opinion, is made a very bad decision, a costly decision that is not going to get them the outcome that they wanted. And most times you're probably right. It's not just your opinion, it's the fact that they actually did make a bad decision. If they only knew what you could do, and if they only knew what you knew, then they would have made a better decision, a much more beneficial decision that would achieve the outcome they're really looking for. But having gone with a competitor, they're not going to achieve that outcome in the way that you would have delivered that outcome for them. And I'm sure that's of concern to you, as it should be. Rightly, when you have a concern for your clients' welfare, you want the best outcome for them. It's not just about the money they would have paid you, which of course is great, and you want that, but probably what upsets most of you is that your potential client is not going to get the outcome that they're looking for. And if that's your attitude, that's great, because that attitude provides the potential for something really amazing. So one of the biggest mistakes I see owners of consultancy firms making is to focus all of their marketing on brand awareness. But what they should be doing instead is focusing on buyer awareness. The reality is that most of your potential clients, the potential buyers of your services, have a lack of awareness. Not only are they unaware of your firm and your services, but they are mostly unaware of any need for your services. Yes, they do have a need, they just don't know it yet. Typically, your potential clients are in a position where they're not aware that you have a service that could be beneficial for them. And what I have seen, and I've actually had discussions with several clients this week about this fact, that what they're trying to demonstrate to their clients, or the message they're trying to deliver to their potential clients, typically goes right over the client's head because they don't have any awareness, or don't have a level of awareness that makes or helps them make the connection between their need and the client services. And that disconnect appears so often in the type of marketing that most of us are doing. Brand awareness marketing actually creates a disconnect between you and your clients. Because, and this is what I want you to become aware of, that the client goes through a buyer's journey. Now, in that buyer's journey, there are a number of different stages or phases. And the first phase is a total lack of awareness. In that state, they're blissfully unaware that there's anything wrong. They're going along their normal course of business, or they're living their life just putting up with the problems that they have. They don't know any better. They don't actually know that what they're experiencing is a problem. It's just life for them, or it's just the way things are, or it's what I often hear from my clients, it's the way we've always done things. Have you ever heard that? So the buyer's awareness journey, or the buyer's journey, is about going through stages of awareness, starting off with total lack of awareness or unawareness, then becoming aware of that problem. So through that journey, they go from this phase of total unawareness to awareness that there is a problem, but they still don't understand that there's a solution. And that's the next stage, going to the stage of awareness of a solution. When they become aware that there is a solution for their problem, they typically will go to the next stage, which is a search for the solution, trying to narrow down their options and identify who has the best solution for them. And when they come to that final stage of readiness to buy, they've narrowed down their options and they've decided that hopefully you have the solution for them. However, typically, that won't be the case, because if all of your marketing is focused on brand awareness, you've missed the boat in terms of being able to connect with those clients earlier on in that buyer's journey. And this is the real key to successful marketing of a consultancy service. It's all about buyer awareness, not brand awareness. So brand awareness activities, the sort of things that we see, focusing on who we are and what we do, the services we provide, trying to get name recognition so that we're top of mind, mostly fall on deaf ears because they have no relevance to our buyers, even though we know that most of them really need what we do. So whether it's on our websites, the posts we put out on social media, the things we say at networking meetings even. And even beyond that, the sort of things you say at the sales meeting, the way you conduct your sales meeting with a potential client, if it's all about you, it actually creates a situation where they're not ready to buy. They're not really engaged well, really, there's no connection, there's no trust, there's a lack of appreciation of the value you have to offer, and there's a lack of belief that you have the solution that's right for them. So how do we change that? And here's the key. We need to be the authority. We need to let our authority in the market really be presented to them in a way that we're influencing that buyer's journey. We need to be able to influence their transition through the various stages of the buyer's journey so that when they're unaware, we help them become aware. When they're aware of their problem, we help them and educate them around the potential solution that is best for them. When they understand that potential solution, we build authority even more. We build trust. We create that perception that we understand them, we know their situation, we demonstrate our clarity of understanding of their situation, we educate them about their problem, and particularly going further than that, what happens if they don't attend to that problem? What's the downside if they leave that problem unattended with? What's the future look like for them if they don't deal with that situation right now? So when we are able to educate them in this way through the buyer's journey and influence their transition through each of those stages, we become the authority for them. And then when we show them what is our unique solution based on our knowledge of what's best for them, we create a desire and a demand from them to want us to work with them to help them with that solution. So being the authority in the market is about building connection, building trust, demonstrating your value, and building a belief in the potential buyer that you are the one and only potential solution provider for them. So rather than the brand awareness focus, we need to have a buyer focus. All of our marketing really needs to focus first and foremost on our buyer's situation, on our potential client situation, the problems that they're experiencing, the challenges that are keeping them up at night. When we are focused there, we're able to be relevant to start with. That's what is the most important factor here. The first challenge for us as marketers is to be relevant to our target market. So when we're able to discuss their problems and show them that we understand them, we're able to create or demonstrate relevance, but also create a connection with them that entices them to go further along that buyer's journey. Once they start that journey, there's a desire to want to know more. So building that level of connection, trust, value, and belief is our challenge as marketers in creating a methodology or a sales and marketing system that demonstrates that we're the authority for our potential clients. So my recommendation, and again, this week I've had several conversations with my clients about slowing down the sale. Now, we've been taught and we've experienced, if you've ever been on any type of sales training, to always be closing. Now, that's a common phrase that is totally wrong for selling consultancy services, because in selling consultancy services, we don't want to be creating pressure. And that always be closing philosophy about closing a sale, about creating reasons or trying to convince our clients that they should buy with us, creates a level of resistance that doesn't support what we're trying to achieve. What pressure does is build resistance in our clients. It actually creates doubt in our client's mind. They wonder, is this what I really need? Pressure also damages your credibility. And it causes our clients to ask the question, so what are your credentials? What's your experience? What's your background? What have you done before? Who else have you worked with? And it undermines your value and creates the questions in the client's mind of, perhaps your price is too high. Is your price too high? Is there another competitor of yours who can do it for me cheaper than what you can do it for me for? So we've got to avoid creating pressure in a sales situation. And what tends to happen when we have a brand awareness type of marketing that brings clients to us, there's a lack of understanding around our value, around our credibility, around our experience, around the proposition that we represent for them, because we have not done enough in our marketing to educate them around all those things. So being the authority in the way that you present yourself in your market means slowing down the sale. It means taking the time to build that level of authority. It's about building a relationship rather than looking at the sale as a transaction. We need to understand that in consultancy services, our ideal clients want a long-term relationship with us, and we ideally want a long-term relationship with them. We want to provide them value over a long period of time. And that is about building a level of trust where they see us as that trusted advisor, as the authority for them, the solution provider that is able to create the ultimate outcome for them by working together with us. When we don't operate around that relationship building process, when we see the sale as a transactional process, we don't achieve that level of trust. We actually undermine all of that level of trust and credibility that we might otherwise be able to do. So a brand awareness focus, even though potentially it's all about identifying for a client the value that we offer, the services that we offer and the solutions that we offer, tends not to be able to achieve that because it's more focused on us than about them and their problem. So when you focus on building relationships and creating trust, it builds trust and openness with your potential clients. The biggest thing that I've seen happen with the way that I've marketed my services and the way I teach my clients to do it, after having started, scaled and sold 3 consultancy practices in the last 25 years, is that when we approach it with a buyer's journey focus, a buyer awareness focus in our marketing, what that does first and foremost is offers our potential clients hope for a solution. Now, often what I've seen is that the clients that we work with often have been aware of the problem and they've gone as far as trying to have that problem solved, but they've often been disappointed with the results and haven't actually achieved much of a transition from that problem situation. They may have achieved short-term gains and short-term successes, but often they still haven't solved the problem. So in some ways, when you demonstrate your understanding of their situation and the fact that you have a different and unique solution, you offer them hope. And what that does is that when it comes to getting into that sales meeting with them, rather than creating resistance and by backing off and working more on building trust in a relationship rather than pressuring them to come to a decision about making the sale, they want you to have the solution for them. They're already pre-educated. They've already been pre-sold by your marketing process. So when it comes to that sales meeting, they actually want you to have the solution. Rather than having to prove it to them, you actually turn the tables and have them almost in a position where they're demanding that you take them on as a client. That's the difference that I've found by having a buyer awareness focus rather than a brand awareness focus in my marketing. So what that means is that you need to know the stages in the buyer's journey and to build a sales and marketing system that positions your firm as the authority for your potential clients so that it eliminates resistance and brings them into a sales meeting, basically trying to sell you on taking them on as a client. So to wrap it up, the buyer awareness focus in your marketing has so much more advantage than the typical brand awareness type of focus. So my recommendation is to understand what those stages are in the buyer's journey and build a system around that. Build your sales and marketing system so that it educates your clients. It demonstrates your value to them. It really shows the relevance of what you have to offer to them so that they have a level of belief that you have that solution for them and they come to you wanting you to provide that solution. When you do that, you're able to eliminate a whole range of issues that I've seen my clients or potential clients complaining about. Things like having to sharpen your pencil on your price, having to go through a proposal or tender process where you're up against a number of other solution providers or another number of other consultants to put in a proposal about your services. If you want to eliminate that level of resistance and that level of challenge in having a sales process that means that you're not making the sales you know you should have made for the client's benefit, then I recommend changing your marketing approach to the buyer awareness methodology rather than the branding methodology that you may be employing now. So if you want to know more about how to adopt this style of marketing, how to have that level of authority in the way you present yourself and having clients coming to you ready to buy, almost demanding that that you would take them on as a client, then I suggest get in touch with me. And you can do that in a number of ways. Reach out to me on LinkedIn or Facebook through a direct message. So just search for Greg Rowworth on either of those platforms and you'll find me. Or connect with me through my website and go through the education that I offer there about this process. So at businessflightpath.com, you'll find the opportunity to learn more about this process and ideally then come on a call with me where we can look at your specific situation in great detail so that you can understand how you can be seen as the authority in your market and have your clients coming to you, wanting you to take them on as a client. So that's it for the Accepted Authority podcast for today. I hope that you really have seen the difference between those two approaches and understand the value of that buyer's awareness approach. That's it for today's Accepted Authority podcast. This is Greg Rowworth. out.